ready to go.
Ready to go.
The Raps' win against the Clippers on Friday was maybe the game of the year. It had everything: last-minute heroics, overtime defense that was tighter than the American border at Guantanamo Bay. But really, the thing we all remember today was Charles Oakley's run-in with the Clips guard Jeff McInnis. Oak was tossed out before the game even started and got 2 more for allegedly hitting McInnis after the Clippers warm-up. The rumors coming out of the Raptors camp is that it started over the offseason and concerned a woman that they both know. What are the odds of that? Today in the Toronto Sun, Oak shed some light on what happened, claiming that McInnis has made death threats towards him, quoting Charles Oakley, "If somebody threatens you, you're not going to take it seriously. If something like that happens, I'm going to take things into my own hands. I can't worry about what the league does to me," unquote. Do you respect him for standing up for himself to the detriment of the team?
I think you have to stand up for yourself. I think, you know, whether to do something like that in a practice on the court is appropriate, I don't know, but to stand up for yourself and to make sure that you're all right is nothing wrong with that.
Well, of course. Am I going to be the, why does she have to disagree with every single thing on the planet? But
That's the way you've lived your life, Christine.
I think I have, and I'm very proud of it. What was I saying? Yeah, no, was she disagree? She's saying he should.
I said it was good.
Proving once again that she listens to nobody but herself, which I totally respect.
No.
So she said she respects Charles Oakley.
Yes.
Not sure about the location, but you got to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, you do have to stand up for yourself. I completely agree with that. But I think the other thing that we're learning now with these athletes is they seem to be getting away with murder. They get out there and they're, I'm Mr. Superstar. Look at me. I get to shoot off my big mouth. And everybody will cover up for them. And, actors are doing the same thing. Present company excluded. But I don't know. I lose respect for these guys.
I do respect people who stand up for themselves, but I don't know if this was the kind of situation where you had to actually go take it to a conflict level.
Well,
I don't know if it really started over.
Charles Oakley is an enforcer. He's a tough guy out there on the court. He's in practice before the game. He gets threatened. He's saying that he threatened my life over this. Of course, you're going to haul on neck, and because they're going to play the game that night. You can't back off and say, you know what?
Yeah, I want to know.
You're threatening my life.
I want to know who they're fighting over. I want to know who this is.
The thing is that nobody knows the real story. So how can you really make a comment on whether he should stand up for himself or not when we don't really know all the details?
If he was threatened by his life, you have to take that seriously. First off, he's a professional athlete, and you know what they can do. Those professional athletes, they lose their mind and they'll kill you. They will kill you. If he was a professional football player, I would have been really terrified. So yeah, how often hit the guy? Sure. I'll see you on the court.
Well,
I'll be escorted out later.
As Hayley said, we don't know what the story is, but we know the story with Claude Lemieux. Claude Lemieux just signed on. He was a free agent. He signs on with Phoenix. The issue with Lemieux is this. He's probably, outside of Wayne Gretzky, the second best playoff performer in history, the only player to win 3 Stanley Cups with 3 different Stanley Cup teams. But also, he's one of the dirtiest, cheap, shottiest players in history. Do you respect Claude Lemieux as he signs on with a new team?
Yeah. Good for him, yeah. It's going to give Phoenix a good run if they get into the playoffs. Man, he's the playoff guy.
I think he's a winner. I think he's proven himself over and over again. Even if it is only in playoffs, a team like Phoenix could use Claude Lemieux, and why not? But
I have to agree with you. If you're a champion, I tend to believe that, by whatever means necessary, obviously, sort of killing somebody,
But what
I think
cost?
Well, I think it's, if he's still there and he's been doing it for years and he's still getting away with it, then that's fine.
But I guess that's the key, getting away with it. As we know, I mean, Bobby Clark, slashed some guy in the shin so that, we could win the
ankle,
cup.
and it was a Russian.
Okay, ankle. Whatever.
Valerie Harlamov.
No, but I'm saying, if that's the point, then my
Do you respect that,
stand.
though? Bobby Clark, who said, I'm taking that guy out, I'll break his ankle.
No, I don't respect
Claude
it.
Lemieux, who said...
You know why I don't respect it? And I'm sure you're going to let me tell you, is that because then we're not playing hockey. We're not playing the sport. The skilled, and we always say this.
But the 72 series wasn't hockey, it was war. And I think it came down to more than just the game on the ice. It was emotions, it was country against country, and he had to do what he had to do. If they would have lost, what would have happened to our hockey game?
No, I agree, but what I'm saying is it's filtering, obviously.
I'm sorry, comrade, what did you say?
Yes, it's filtering into it's filtering into hockey today and everywhere in all kinds of sports. So, Wayne Gretzky and all these guys have been complaining about it. Mario, you complain about it.
Stanley Cup playoffs, some would say, is also war. Do you respect a guy like Chris Draper, and I'm asking Hayley specifically this, do you, you already said that you like him as a player, but a guy like Claude Lemieux, who will go above and beyond the rules to make a statement, to try to intimidate the other team, and most of all, as he said on our show, to try to attract the attention to him.
Right. Well, I think that comes down to the league. I mean, the league has to start enforcing, giving these guys suspensions, making these the punishments longer. I mean, McSorley, all these guys, they should know that if
Would
they're
you
going to
want
do
Claude
this.
Lemieux on your team?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I wouldn't want him on the other team.
I wouldn't want him
Absolutely.
playing against me. I want him
was-
on my team.
Speaking of your team, and speaking of your game, and speaking of where it will be going, we'll talk about that. Women's hockey, forget about should they have hitting, should they have fighting. That when OTR returns.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you like that, check out the other clips we're going to post up here, to my left, to my right, all over. So very appreciate it, guys. We'll see you again. Good night, everybody.